think they made a good purpose out of benches. Where do you get that?
You rent it somewhere.
Downstairs. I'd like to be able to talk to everybody. We have a couple of unicorns on the boat today. I'm actually was born and raised here in Austin, Texas. DJ not too ill today. That is called Auditorium Shores. It was actually recently renamed Vic Matthew Shores, but nobody calls it that because nobody knows who that is. The reason why we call it Auditorium Shores is because that is our giant outdoor auditorium here in the middle of downtown Austin. That's where we have a lot of our outdoor concerts. If you didn't know, Austin is the live music capital of the world. Free South by Southwest concert that they hold at the end of the festival is held right there at Auditorium Shores. Famous statue, very famous person there. Does anybody know who that is? Stevie Ray Vaughan. I heard someone say it on the front back. It's a bandana. That is Stevie Ray Vaughan, guys. A lot of people think that Stevie Ray was born here in Austin. He was not. He was born in the Dallas area. From out of town right now and you brought your dog with you, do not let them swim in this lake. If you are living in town and you don't already know, do not let them swim in this lake. This summer we had an outbreak of a thing called blue-green algae, but it's typically a bacteria. It just got too hot, and it's killed 4 dogs already this summer. So you'll see the signs that are posted on the dock over here. Dallas area with his family. However, at the time of his funeral, about 3,000 Austinites jumped in their cars and went to Dallas just to go to a lake. This is a river, but we put a dam on one side and we put a dam on the other. Damn it, now we call it a lake. So because of the dams, there is a horrible undertow sometimes of we have had drownings in this lake. It's also very shallow. Don't jump off the bridges in the water, and just how shallow it gets right here. This bridge right here that we're about to go under, this is the old MoPac Railway bridge. MoPac stands for Missouri Pacific. It was a railroad company way back when this was built in 1891. So it's definitely still active. Like I said, yes, built in 1891. If you're looking forward and you look to the right, you'll see the original hand-cut limestone columns there. Very old bridge, but if you look to the left, obviously we had to redo it a couple times because we didn't want the bridge to fall down on top of us. If you are looking over the side right now, you can see all these rocks in the water and just how shallow it gets right here. Yeah, still active bridge. Maybe if we get lucky, a train will go over the top on our way back. The bridge right in front of us, way in front of us with only the cars on top, that one is actually, it has very low archways. So if the water is too high, which we're usually pretty good about telling, we can't go through Lamar because then we'll knock the top of the boat off and you guys would all be in big trouble. But this bridge right here, foot power only, no electric scooters allowed. And as that one flies across the bridge, you'll see exactly how serious people take that rule. Yes, Pfluger Pedestrian Bridge is only there because, again, Lamar only has cars going across the top, right? Actually does have a sidewalk. That sidewalk is about 1 foot wide, maybe 1.5 feet. Actually used to use that, but there were a couple of accidents, right? So they ended up putting in this freestanding pedestrian bridge just for people to walk across. On these columns that go into the water right here supporting this bridge, you can see her hang out under the bridge in the shade, right? This lake, guys, lots of scary things in the water. You might wake up with 3 eyeballs, not very clean, right? Barton Springs, however, is a man-made pool, basically, based out of these springs, right, that comes up out of the ground, and they kind of concreted it in. The water comes from underground, so it's super clear, super clean, always running. See, this is how low it is, yeah.
Wow.
I can kind of see. These are giant mud dauber nests. Just kidding. Nobody seemed that scared about it. Now, they're actually nests for cliff swallows. Cliff swallows are a bird that lives under there. They do look like giant mud dauber nests. Luckily, those aren't really a thing. Not here, at least. Maybe like in Australia. Happening in the tree line there, and the river coming out. That's where Barton Springs opens up into Town Lake. Yeah. But for the most part, everything that we're looking at right here on our left side, those are all condos. The top kind of looks like a V. It's got wings that are about to fly away. It's got squares cut out of it. That is those are our apartment complexes. They're the Monarch apartments. Another cool thing about this ducks, geese, and swan. Now, of those three birds, geese and the swan, not friendly birds, guys. They will come up to your kayak, they will outstretch their necks, and you'll think, wow, this swan wants to be my friend. And they are absolutely beautiful, majestic birds. It is going to attack you. They are very territorial creatures. I've seen it happen. It's hilarious. Don't let that get you. They actually call these islands Swan Islands for the birds that used to hang out on them. But since the nutrient rat population has taken off, the swans kind of moved on. A power plant, or the screening tower for it at least. The actual power plant itself is located behind the screening tower here. You can kind of see the white smokestacks peeking up over the top of these trees on the left-hand side. The screening tower, very cool spot to check out. It was originally put there in the 50s, went dormant in the 80s, so we haven't used it in a really long time, but it's one of the only buildings we have left from the Art Deco period, so we decided to keep it around. We wanted to do something really cool with it.
Yeah.
The power plant itself has been remade into a giant living community. We've got grocery stores in there, right? Condos, office space, clubs and restaurants. Anything you need to eat, sleep, live, work, play in a power plant, you name it, it's in there. So if you ever had that lifelong dream, move to Austin like everybody else. This screening tower right here, though, was actually used to cool off the generators in the power plant. You can see all the bars that are located at the bottom. Used to suck in water from the lake, pull it into the generators, and it would cool it off. Once the power plant went dormant, of course, so did the screening tower. Obviously, we haven't figured out anything to do with this yet. Windows are kind of busted out. I think there was rumors that it might be a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for all the artists that come out of Austin, which I think would be very cool. The soundscape is apparently really good in there. But I'm pretty sure we just have plans to turn it into another bar, because we do not have enough bars here in Austin. Skyline with the most stories.
Yes.
Yes. It's this small brown building on the shoreline. That's the Austin Public Library, and it has the most stories.
She'll be here all week.
Man, I hope everybody upstairs groaned as much as the people down here. That's one of my best jokes. I have one that's like teetering, tottering over the edges, like maybe the architect was on something when he drew up the blueprints. That is the Jenga Tower. Actually has a real name. It's called the Independence, but we all call it the Jenga Building for obvious reasons. Very cool looking, right? Some people think it looks cool, but very cool to look at. They are all condominiums. It is currently holding the title for the tallest building here in Austin, but I think they cheated on the last few stories. That's all air conditioning space. Not very impressive. Building up. Always a competition. This building right here called the Proper says now selling on the side. That building was not here last summer when I was giving my tours, so I know absolutely nothing about that building. I do know a lot about the building behind it. You guys see that glass tower with the Space Needle at the top, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right behind it. Those are the 360 condominiums, and we call them the 360 condominiums because you used to get to go to the top of that tower and you get a 360 view of our skyline, right? It's completely glass all around. Very cool. Unfortunately, we have had to change the name to the 270 because you no longer get a 360 view of the skyline, right? After the Jenga building and the Proper were put there. So when they first put the Google building there, I wasn't sure why they were calling it the Google building, because for the first few weeks they didn't have that giant colorful G on the top of it. So I Googled it, and I found out, you see the top 3 stories that G is covering? Apparently Google only bought the top 3 stories of that building.
No.
Yes, and the rest of it was bought out by companies who only wish they were Google. That was enough, though, to merit the entire thing, the Google building here. That is, hilariously, in my opinion, known as the most controversial building in the skyline for a couple of reasons. That was the first building built here after 9/11. Was also the first building that broke an interesting rule here in Austin, saying that nothing can be built taller than the state capitol. We didn't want anything. We didn't want anything blocking the view of the Capitol. We're very proud here. These guys just paid the city of Austin a buttload of money, and we were like, yeah, do whatever you want. So now it stands at a whole 3 feet taller than our state capitol. They went big on that one. The reason people are really upset about it, though, is, in case you didn't know, I mentioned it earlier, Hook 'em Horns. There is a university here in Austin, Texas, the University of Texas. This architect was rumored to have gone to Rice University.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you know the mascot for Rice University.
No.
It's an owl. So maybe you can see the two eyes staring at you right now. And the beak right in the middle, and the eyebrows over each eye, the feathers, yeah.
Not there at all.
That's right. Now this bridge that we're going underneath right now, Captain DJ might hover underneath it. If he does, it's because there's shade and it's not as hot. This is the South First Bridge, is at least what the signs say. They are all wrong. This is actually the William S. Drake Bridge. And we were like, well, that's great. We're not going to get rid of these. But what about having our bloodsucker? Right. Dracula was a very popular movie. Captain DJ is going to skillfully miss traffic. Please feel free to wear something in the dark or among the guys.
Oh, okay. I'll be okay. Yeah.